I've just said, like, I was capable of so much more than I thought I was, but then I'm also like not that capable. One, I learned that you can strength train at home. Two, I learned that there are fitness influencers for everyone. Hey Siri, stop. Hello. I'm here to do a different video than I've ever done before. It's not so much weight loss related, but it's home workout related. Because in the time of the cove, that's a thing that a lot of us are doing. I have just completed a 10-week challenge called EPIC that was run here on YouTube by a lovely trainer named Caroline Girvan. I think I'm saying that right. And I will henceforth just refer to her as Caroline. But obviously, I mean, she has a following. So just for your information, I'll leave some links to her YouTube channel and the program down below in the, not caption, description, is that what they say? So that you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to come on and review the program because I just finished. Yesterday for me was day 50, so it was a 10-week schedule, and it was 5 days a week, so 50 workouts total. And it was a home dumbbell workout program. It was pretty much just dumbbells. So when I started, I didn't have any dumbbells. I used one kettlebell for a few of the workouts. So I bought some dumbbells. Finding dumbbells is very hard these days. Easier now, but the prices of dumbbells is higher. But 10 weeks ago, like, there was just no stock. So I'm going to break this up into a couple of sections. First, I mean, spoiler alert, it went great. I had an amazing time. So I'm going to talk about the things that I learned in a positive way, and the upsides to the program. And then I'm going to move on to the things that I struggled with, because I did have some struggles. So I'm not going to try and make it too long. Basically, I'm just here to give a rave review of Caroline's program and suggest it to anyone who wants to work out at home, who wants to weight train at home. Because for me, this is my number one point. Actually, you know what? Before I make my number one point, I'll just quickly show you my results. So if that's all you're here for, I mean, I'll put them here. I lost, I think, about 2.5 kilos, and I lost most of that at the beginning of the program. I wasn't really eating in a calorie deficit very much, but the one thing I did with my diet was I made sure that every meal that I ate had protein in it. So I'm a vegetarian, and I'm not a good vegetarian. I should be no one's example. And as you know, if you've had weight loss surgery, eating enough protein is a challenge. So I started supplementing protein, and I started just really focusing on it as well. So I lost 2.5 kilos, pretty much all at the start, and I've been plateaued since about halfway through the program. But this is just not a weight loss program. Like, that's not, in fact, if anything, it would be a weight gain program, because you gain a significant amount of muscles. It was intense. It was pretty much just weight training. 1 day a week is HIIT training, so cardio. But I'll get into that. And I did skip a couple of those and replace them with dumbbell workouts. So because I don't really like to do HIIT training. If I'm going to do cardio, I prefer to go for a jog or a walk. I'm just like that. I just don't like HIIT training. Shoot me. So yeah, I think if you have a look at my before and after, especially across my chest, my collarbones are more prominent, down my sides. I mean, I was carrying a fair amount of extra weight for my kind of normal, because, like I talked about in my previous video, I had come out of a terrible relationship, and I was drinking a lot and eating a lot, and I just needed to kind of refocus. So I feel like I'm kind of back to myself. I lost a couple of kilos of fluff that I had. I've still obviously got some more fluff to lose, whatever, but I'm kind of back to where I belong, I think. So my number one point, what was my number one point going to be? Oh, yes, it was, Caroline taught me that to strength train, you don't need to go to the gym. I always loved strength training. I've always loved lifting weights. I used to love pump classes. And I always wanted to be one of those people that goes to the gym and squats and deadlifts and does heavy lunges and stuff like that. But I just never had the confidence to do it because I hate the gym. I just don't like the people, honestly, at the gym. It's not that I don't want to be looked at, but I don't want to look at anyone else. And gyms are so germy. And especially now in 2020, gyms obviously were closed, so that's what forced me to do this. But I think we've all had this realization and we've kind of all become germaphobes. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but gyms are sweaty and they're gross. People sweat, other people sweat, freaks me out. So Caroline really taught me the number one thing was that you can get a really good strength workout from home if you've got the right trainer and you've got the right program, you've got the right direction. And you know, I can't say enough positive things. Like, I'm going to repeat myself a lot here. Caroline's workouts, it is like being having a personal trainer at home. It's like being trained from home. Something else that I learnt that I think was kind of important, like, I don't know if anyone watching this has, I mean, clearly you've clicked on it. So other influencers who make workout videos from like that you would do at home, something about them is off-putting to me. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. And Caroline has this amazing ability to, like, when you watch her, you can see that she is also working out. Caroline is like incredibly strong. Incredibly. Like, I'll never ever be at that level. But she's real and she's really working out. She's really lifting heavy. You know, it feels like you're actually just there for her workout, for the personal trainer's workout, and you're following along, which is just amazing. So I think 1, I learned that you can strength train at home. 2, I learned that there are fitness influencers for everyone. And if you start doing videos from other people and you just don't like them, you know, the other thing is that I find other programs pretty repetitive. Caroline's program, every day was just something fresh and new and exciting, and I was excited to work out. It was weird. I'm not normally like that. So I really did, you know, I think the lesson that I learned was that you just have to keep going until you find someone that suits you. And Caroline, you know, for me, is that person. So I also learned that I'm capable of more than I thought I was. I was doing almost doing pistol squats. I still can't do one, but I was like doing, you know, the prep work. I'm building on a pistol squat. God knows I never thought I could do a pistol squat. I mean, I still can't. So, you know, even things like side planks. When I first started working out at home, I couldn't do a side plank, and now I can do a side plank. When I started the 10 weeks, like doing a leg session with my 8 kilogram kettlebell, that was hard. And then today, one day after the program finished, I did the first video again, and I did it with 20 kilos, 2 10 kilo dumbbells. And I was able to do maybe 3 times as many reps as I could the first day I did that video. Like, just an astounding difference. Some of the things that I can do that I didn't know that I could do, it's unbelievable. So those are probably the 3 biggest things that I learned from Caroline's EPIC program. I just learned that I'm capable of more than I gave myself credit for. And I mean, even just probably the most important example of that is sticking to this program. I didn't think I was capable of it. I didn't think that I could stick to a 10-week, very, very challenging strength training program and get to the end of it and want more. I didn't think I was capable of that. So I did have some challenges. Really, the program was a bit too advanced for me, is probably the biggest challenge. And so at times, you know, Caroline, with her incredible physique and her incredible strength, would be doing something that I couldn't do. Like, I know I've just said, like, I was capable of so much more than I thought I was, but then I'm also like not that capable. So she'd be doing something, and like a pistol squat's a good example. Like, when I started, I couldn't even do like probably a single leg squat, not even all the way down and back up, you know. And occasionally, you know, I think the program is not built for beginners. There is like a beginner primer. The beauty of these programs is that you can lift whichever weight you want. You don't need to go as heavy as Caroline does. God knows I never did. And you can do less reps, obviously. You know, it's just that sometimes I found myself getting discouraged. And this was a big thing with the HIIT training. I am capable of doing HIIT training. There was HIIT training every Sunday, which for me was Mondays. And I did do, I think, about half of them. There was one, no, there was two. There was two that I didn't even try, didn't even watch. And there was another one that I watched and didn't do. So maybe I did 7 of the 10 HIIT trainings. Yeah, that'd be right. But I probably didn't give it my all. You couldn't have called it high intensity, like the input I was giving. And on those other 3 days, I just replaced it with, one day I replaced it with a kettlebell workout, like a cardio workout. And the other 2 days I replaced it with a 1 hour dumbbell full body again. It's just the way that I like to train, but it was a challenge for me. And I probably could have tried harder. I probably could have pushed myself further. The finale was an hour-long HIIT training video that I made myself do because it was the finale, and I'm so glad I did it, but it's just not for me. HIIT training is just not for me. So that was a challenge. And then the biggest challenge that I struggled with was injury. And from the very beginning, pretty much, my knees, I had knee pain in the depth of any knee movement. So especially in the depth of lunges and the depth of squats, to the point where I couldn't even really perform them. So I think it was week 4 that I first went to a physiotherapist. Here in Melbourne, you couldn't even see a physiotherapist for a bit unless you had a big problem. But when I could see Allied Health again, I went in about week 4, and the physio prescribed me some anti-inflammatories, which I couldn't take orally, I had to take topically, and then because of my stomach. And he also had me do some glute exercises. So the cause of my knee problems is that my IT band is really tight, and that was caused by my underactive glutes. So since week 4, I've been doing pretty much daily, when I can force myself to, extra glute workouts. And as of week 10, I'm feeling way better. My glutes, I think, are stronger, definitely, and my knees are better. I roll out my glutes and my IT band before every workout, and that really helps. And I'm kind of on top of it now, but it's been a real challenge to work around that. And what I did instead was, usually if Caroline was lunging, because lunges were the most aggravating for the problem, I would do weighted wall sits or squats. And often that meant I was doing a lot of squats, because there would be a leg workout and it would be half squats and half lunges, and I'm trying to do the whole thing squats. It was crazy sometimes, but there was a workout 7, which was like a couple of days into week 2. That was all lunges. And then there was another one in the 30s somewhere, which was all Bulgarian lunges. And the Bulgarian lunges are actually easier on my knees, who would have thought? But the lunge only workout, it just really did me in. But that's a me thing. It's not a Caroline thing, obviously. It's like a me thing. I just had to struggle through it. But, you know, you can flip that into a positive, that even though I was injured, the whole time I was trying desperately to find alternatives for workouts. I wasn't trying to sit it out. I was trying to make it as challenging as I could without injuring my knees, which, you know, even that in itself, even that mentality of like, well, what can I do instead to get a really good set here, and still work, you know, my quads, my glutes, my hamstrings, without the lunges, because lunges were, you know, a big component of Caroline's training. So I don't know. It's a negative because obviously I was in pain the whole time. Pretty much, but it was such a positive. You know, I taught myself to work around stuff, you know. So I don't know, to sum it up, I don't want to make this too long. I always make my videos so rambly. I can't recommend Caroline's videos enough. She's still a smaller influencer, and I think she's extremely underrated. This is a program for anyone who wants to seriously weight train at home. It's nothing like, you know, the lay on the floor and do leg raises for like 20 seconds kind of workouts that you might come across on YouTube. It's intense, serious weight training at home, but you do need dumbbells. But really, that's pretty accessible. And at this point, like, my mum gave me a workout bench, and I think I'm going to invest in a squat rack when I get back from surgery. You know, like, I just want to keep training at home. I love it. It's awesome. I mean, it's really changed the game. And the difference in my physique, I know I talked about weight loss and I showed the photo, but just the difference, I can feel my muscles. I can't really see them because I'm still carrying so much body fat. I'm not lean enough, but I feel so much stronger. Like, I just, I know that I'm fitter, I know that I'm healthier, I know that I'm stronger, and it's all thanks to Caroline. And having said that, I just want to say, if by any chance Caroline ever watches this video, thank you, because this, it really did change the game for me, and I can't say it enough times. So if anyone is looking for a workout program from home, Caroline's EPIC program, I can't say enough good things. She does also upload, or has, historically before EPIC started, uploaded like pretty much daily workouts as well. She has amazing workouts, all sorts of stuff, kettlebell stuff, dumbbell stuff, lots of body weight stuff, lots of ab stuff. She's just awesome. So, and she's like super sweet and super responsive. And I think, something I can say about Caroline specifically is that she really did, and she won't be able to do this forever probably, but she really did engage with me and with the community of people that formed around this program. She would, whenever I mentioned her on Instagram, she would literally comment and reply to what I'd said, and she just was so sweet. And the comments under her workouts, that little community in there, like sometimes I would comment even more than once during the workout and just say what I was thinking or doing or whatever. And she would reply. She was just amazing, like so generous with her time and her expertise. It's just incredible. I just can't say enough good things. I just really love Caroline. So, and what I wouldn't give to have a trainer like that here. So anyway, that was all I wanted to say. A quick note on a personal level: in 3 weeks, I am going to have my second round of plastic surgery. So I'm going to have a breast augmentation. I talked briefly about how that had been cancelled in my previous video. So that is coming up in 3 weeks, and fingers crossed the COVID situation stays under control and I can get that done, because I have waited for this for such a long time. The other thing is, you're not going to be able to see, but from dumbbell training at home, my hands are so trashed. I got some weight gloves the other week and that saved me, but they're still healing. That's like the one downside of weight training, huh? It's the calluses. Oof. Anyway, that's really all I've got to say. Again, Caroline, thank you so much. Anyone who's watching this, if you're looking for a serious weight training program at home, I gotcha. And EPIC Part 2 is coming in January. I won't be able to do it alongside Caroline, but as soon as I'm healed from my breast augmentation, I will be doing EPIC 2. So